Hey up guys, and welcome to the second video in the series Star Players. I've decided to remake this video. It's for my Lizardmen team, Swampland Forevermore FC. I'm going to do it with a few other videos, just go a bit more in depth, talk about the team a little bit more, as well as show you the star players in the team, give you an idea of the good ways to develop your sides, as well as show you mistakes I've made, that kind of thing. Give you a bit more of a heads up in the game if you're new, and if you're not new, if you're a bit of a pro, then you can have a giggle at the mistakes that I've made. We'll open the team up. Your starting team roster for your Lizardmen, you need your big guy in there. It's one of the few teams where you start with the big guy. If you have the big guy at all, it is the Lizardmen team. And then you go in with 6 Saurus, who are your bashy players, along with the big guy. Really good players, the Saurus. And then you've got your Skinks, who are your agility guys. So you've got a very bashy team, a very mobile side, a quick side. It's a really good team for beginner starting players. I'd recommend it above any other team, really, to give these a whirl first. You get used to the sort of bashiness of the team, how to develop those kind of players, how to utilise the skills of them kind of players, and also you get used to your agility guys. You guys like your Skinks, your gutter runners, those kind of players. I mean, your Skinks are your sort of second fastest available player. Or up there, after the gutter runners. So we'll go to the team anyway, have a look at the players, talk about it a little bit more. So the first player we're looking at is the Crocs, is the big guy. Really good big guy, this. There's no other big guys better in the game, bar your mummies that don't have the loner skill. Really good players. I mean, Bonehead's a bit sort of not as bad, not as negative as your stupid player or your wild animal. This guy's going to do a lot of movement, a lot of blitzing, a lot of blocking when you want him to. You're failing on the roll of 1. So there is an occasion, that he's not going to do stuff. You can re-roll it, but I'd advise against it because of the loner skill. You're not going to pass that very often. But I like this guy more as well because of the prehensile tail. This makes it harder for the players to dodge out of the tackle zone when they're next to this guy. So putting this guy in amongst a lot of players and opposition's players, utilising his strength, is really handy, and making the odd block here and there as well. Using him in conjunction, with your Saurus as well. Skills I've chosen. Let's have a look at those. I've given him extra armour, and I think if you need a 10 for this, a roll of 10, and you can choose between movement and armour. And I think if I got a 10 again, I'd pick movement over armour. And a lot of people probably won't use either of them on these guys, but I mean, I think it's handy. You want in the strength, if anything, with your characteristics. If your abilities improve, you want the strength. You do take the strength on these guys, definitely. But I won't mind having the extra movement on him, only on the basis that he's only got access to his strength. So the only thing that you're going to build up is his strength access, unless you roll a double, which I've done here to give him the block. So, if you're not getting double rolls with this guy at all, and you get a characteristic improvement, it does make him a little bit more special than just having your guard, your stand firm, those sort of things. In respect to the skills I've chosen, block's a brilliant one to get early and a really good one on all your big guys. It reduces the risk of the turnovers when you throw your dice. You roll your 2 or your 3 die blocks. If you get both down, then and you've not got this skill, then it's going to cause a turnover unless you're making a blitz with the Juggernaut, which isn't very often. Next skill, our first skill of choosing from the strength access would be guard. I won't choose stand firm, although that is a really handy skill, a really good skill on these guys. Brilliant skill to have. And then I'd go break tackle, you know, before anything like Juggernaut, or, you know, he's already got fixed skull, but that's another strength access. And you've got, you know, if you're getting another double and you've already got block, you're probably looking at dodge, make him a really good player. Let's back out of him. Excellent players in the Lizardmen team, those. We'll go through the Saurus. Have a look at them. I mean, with the Saurus guys, the first skill I tend to give them is block. When you get to 6, pick block, and you can't go wrong. Again, it minimises the risk of a turnover. These are going to be getting a lot of 2-die blocks. So, you know, getting the block and not failing on the both down. You're not using your re-rolls as much. And I probably only give them extra strength before I'd consider block on the Saurus. Other skills he's got there: tackle, mighty blow, stand firm. Again, I'd go mighty blow then tackle, so a bit of a mistake. I'd develop him a little bit differently now, and I'd go guard before stand firm, and I'd use Juggernaut's not really that handy on him unless he's got something, you know, like Frenzy, for instance. I mean, these guys have got access to general and strength, so you can build these up, make them sort of very varied in the skill sets, change them about a bit. In this team, you'll see I've got them all very samey. They're not really varied enough, not utilising things like the extra strength that had been given on my rolls, that kind of thing. So you want to do that, and you want to use your generals, and you want to get Frenzy in there, brilliant. Get a few surfing guys, give them stand firm so they can't be surfed as well. Get you know, your stand firm guard guys in there as well. You get your mighty blows on there. Try and get some dodge. There's other ways you can develop them. Really, I mean, really good players. And you know, this guy's got the strength 5. So there, as I was saying before, I've given them the strength, then the block. So I've gone block after strength, and then tackle, agility, and then mighty blow. So I'll be going mighty blow, tackle. I won't advise anyone to take agility on these guys. It's a complete and total waste of time. They have got the chance to score a touchdown, and you will get them touchdowns. There's no doubt about it. It will happen. It's happened in this team. They have got the 3-pointers. Helps them develop, not just relying on the tackles. But you wanting to sort of, you're not wanting to give them agility. You wanting to sort of hopefully get the 5 or the 6, that kind of thing. I mean, the agility plus is better than having agility 1, but it is a waste. You can give him so much more better skills there. And to go with the strength, it's an absolute waste of time on this character. You know, you want in the Frenzy on there, to go with the tackle, to go with the block, you know, and then you stand firm, maybe a Juggernaut as well, so it helps him, you know, get through those fens. So he uses two you know, he doesn't get stopped with his first blocks. Say for instance, if he rolls 2 pushes or something like that. Look at the next guy. Here you see you've got another Saurus giving him block, then tackle, then mighty blow, swap them round, dodge, great skill. If I got a double on these guys, it's the first one I consider. It makes them really good players. In, you know, if you're using dodge with your break tackle, brilliant to have, really good to have on these guys with the movement 6 also. And then you know, it helps him out. It makes him harder to knock down. The opposition need tackle or pals. They're not going to be getting many 2-dies on with having so many Saurus and a developed team with guard. It'd be hard for them to do that. So when you get a few guards in there, it's really difficult for opposition sides to sort of land the 2-dies on these guys. And you know, it helps against claw, things like that. It makes him harder to kill, injure, those sort of things. And I've given him dirty player. Again, it's an error, a big mistake. I wouldn't advise anyone, or I wouldn't pick, this person, I wouldn't pick dirty player again ever on the Lizardmen team. And if I did, I'd probably only just give it to my skinks. I wouldn't give it to any of these guys. These guys are really good bashy players. You want to utilise all your sort of skill ups and make them stronger, harder, that kind of thing. And dirty player's a waste. And I mean, it's a waste on a skink too, because you're needing to roll a double for your dirty player, and you can give him much more useful skills like the block, like the sure hands, and like guard, things like that. So much better on your skink. So, you know, don't do it. Don't develop a Lizardmen team in that way. This guy, pretty good. He's got one skill up to go. He's a star. Yeah, I mean, they're all stars in their own right. It isn't a weak side, but it could be so much better. And those skill sets on a couple of Usaurus, absolutely, go with it. Go with it. You know, you can hope for a good roll on your last skill up there, and you can develop him in a few ways with general, with strength. You know, you could try and mix it up a bit, put some fend in there, put other things on, you know, from your generals, or you could put a fixed skull on, make him even harder against things like claw. You know, there's stuff to do there. Other skills that would be really handy. And then you've got me another Saurus here. It's almost maxed out. It's got the extra agility again. I mean, I know in my first team, my first go at Lizardmen, I'd only just got the DLC, and I really enjoy playing this team. It is an outstanding team, and you're going to get tons and tons of touchdowns, and you're going to get tons and tons of players injured as well on the opposition side with these guys. Brilliant team to play as a starter. But then you learn from it, you sort of pick up things that you've done wrong, like the agility here. I won't do it again. I know I got it and I'm going, yeah, extra agility, yeah, Saurus kind of thing. And it's not really handy, it doesn't help you. And it could be utilised a lot better there. You look at the team here, I've got sort of your 6 Saurus guys, your Crocs, and so you've got 7 really strong players. I've got 2 extra strength guys in there, so it's like having 3 big guys in your side with 4 strength 4s. Such a strong side, and you can use that against opponents, bash them to death. And your kinks help as well. You know, you put them in the areas, you do help get extra blocks with them. They do come in handy. But we'll talk about that now with the skinks. Brilliant. It's really handy to get a strong bench with these guys, because they are weak, because they will get injured. On multiplayer, it'd be very difficult to build a team up and get them all to this to this level that I'm at now. But with it being against multiplayer, I mean against the AI, it's easy. You know, you're gonna get all your players maxed up if you keep playing the games, and you're gonna have a strong bench too. But with these guys, you see there, I mean, I'll open them up, talk about them a little bit, go through what I've done wrong, what I've done right. This guy's really good player. You look at what he's got, along with his stunty and along with his dodge. He's got short hands and he's got block. Both double rolls, both really handy. Really handy to get the short hands early on with these fellas, on at least one of them. And then hope, you know, to get some more double rolls. This guy's got blocked right near the end there. It's great to get these guys as blodgers. And then, you know, your first sort of skill, that I've done it wrong there, but your first sort of skill after dodge on your agilities, you're looking at sidestep on all these guys. And when they get knocked down then, and say they're around an enemy, you know, around the ball carrier and the opposition's team, and they can't push you away unless they actually power you down, you know. And the block being there as well makes it harder for them to do that. Obviously, you're relying on rolling doubles a little bit with these fellas, or your extra characteristics, because otherwise they're all very samey. and they're easy to injure, even when they're high level, because the only thing they've got there to protecting them, because they're only strength 2, is the dodge. So you get a both down or a pow. It's quite easy, isn't it? When people are getting 2 die against you, they're gonna get injured a lot. Mistake I've made there, apart from picking sure feet, before sidestep and stuff like that, is the catch. Don't pick catch on these guys. It's a running game. It's not a passing game with these fellas. So make sure you get in, you sidestep in and stuff like that. Try to roll really good ones, and then with the extra movement, then you're looking at getting your sure feet. Then you're looking at getting your sprint as quickly as possible. This guy here, he can move 12. He can move 11 now. So there's not really anything, there's not much keeping up with him there with his sure feet. And you get a sprint on the guy, and he can move 12 squares with sure feet. Fantastic, brilliant. 1 turn touchdown guys, natural turn down, touchdown guys, 1 turners. And I've been so lucky with this team. Look, I've got 3 of them there. I'm so jealous of the roles in this team. 3 extra movement skinks, 1 extra agility skink we'll talk about in a minute, 2 extra strength on my Saurus, and 2 agilities that are just an absolute waste of time, but good rolls then, brilliant rolls. This guy here will open him up. There you see he's got the sure feet, and he's got the sprint, and he's got the extra movement. So there's your 12 movement guy, or possible 12 movement guy. And you see there, I've already got sure hands in the team, so don't do what I've done here. I've rolled a double and I've picked another sure hands guy instead of going with the block, making him a blodger. So that's a mistake. Catch again, it's a waste of time. But there's something here that can sort of change that. Similar guy here who's got jump up, another good skill to give these guys, but you want to make that one of your last ones on your skinks, because you've got so many of them in the team anyway, and you're going to have some of them knocked down, sure, but they can still get pretty far. They can still, if they've got extra movement, they can get further, but they're still going 6 squares, aren't you, off your jump up, without jump up, sorry, and then you've got another catcher. But this guy's got the +1 agility. Fantastic. These +1 agility makes him a natural ball picker up, off the kick-off. So I don't even have to use a sure hands guy now. I can just go with this guy if I wanted to. And he's got the catch. And the extra agility with dodge and stunt is fantastic. Really is brilliant on these fellas. And then, I could to rescue this side a little bit. Roll a double on his last skill up, give him pass, and I've got an agility 4 passer with all those catchers in the team. It's not a bad side after all then. Obviously this guy's the ball carrier, he's not doing much else but getting the ball, but he's got the ability to throw it in a Lizardman team. It's not a way to develop them, and I wouldn't advise it at all, but it's a way I could go with this side now. And it'd be that extra thing. You've got so much movement, and you can throw it 2 or 3 squares, and you're only rolling a 2+, aren't you? And the guy catching it's got catch. So again, it's sort of taking away the negatives, making them positives with the mistakes. And that's your Lizardmen. Brilliant team. I've gone there with the base stand on the ground inducement, the improvement, and I wouldn't do that now. You'd need a few surfers in there to do it, to make the most of that. You will be pushing people off the pitch, no doubt about it, but you need your surfers, you need your frenzy guys. I tend to go now with the soft turf, is it the elven grass improvement, because you've got a lot of GFIs, you've got a lot of go for it, and you're working with that with when you get your improvements on your skinks and things to get the extra movement. So they do fall down, they do injure themselves, they kill themselves when they do GFIs and they fail them with the sure feet or with just running out of rerolls, for instance. So you want to lessen the effects of that, and that's a really handy sort of inducement to take with your Lizardmen team. Looking at the stats there for the games played, 69 games. If I played this again from the start with it versus AI, that'd be 69 out of 69 wins. There were no draws, no losses. But you know, if that was a multiplayer team record, I'd be pretty chuffed, to be perfectly honest. And to have all them players still alive would be a feat in itself, you know. But there you go. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you're getting a little bit more. I'm trying to improve a little bit more in respect of what I'm talking about and going into detail of. So give us a bit of feedback if you feel like it. See you in the next video, and take care, guys. Bye now.